Hi guys, today I want to show you how I refresh my old illustration. Basically, I changed the whole color palette. I made it more mysterious, dark, but in the same time cozy and cute. So that was my old illustration. It was very warm, daylighted, and it's different environment, different time of the day, different lighting, different mood. So I decided to repaint it. And what I have. I want to talk today what was changed and how I did this mood. Basically, first we need to understand what type of little details and attributes on illustration we can change. But first, let's understand how I did the old one. The idea was to draw character which is reading in the cozy couch. It's rainy day. Character at home reading her book, and I choose the color palette which was yellowish, warm, and it was different size. It was square, so I decided to make it a little bit longer, and you can print it as a poster or, for example, as a postcard. Yep, so basically I added a little bit details on the wall, so it's different paintings and posters on the wall. I keep the same style with the chicken but in a different mood. So I added a little bit of vignette around to make it more darker the room, and added one point light in the middle of the illustration. It's a lamp and it's a one focal point here, so basically it highlighted the main character. And for the details, you can see I changed the color of furniture a little bit, add some toys for cat, added some plants, add some cup of tea on the window, and a little bit changed the curtains. So basically that was my idea, but first let's talk about composition. Basically in composition it's always important to talk about golden rule. So basically your focus always come to the main point of golden rule. So on the wall we have posters, we have pot and plants, and at the end your eye come to the golden rule point. It's a character which is sitting on the couch. And what we have old table, so it distracts. We have plants, it distracts too. We have bright skies. We have a lot of posters on the wall, but it's still there. Because of contrast, they all look the same important, but the most important point, it's a character on the couch actually. Yeah, you can discover whole illustration and what's going on around in the room, but generally your focal point is a character. So how we can help ourselves? We will work on little sections. First, it's section on the wall with the attributes. Second, it's section under the window, and the third one, it will be character and the cat. So now it can help you to not to be distracted on all around details on the illustration and keep your focus on the golden rule. And even if you will apply rule of third, you can see that characters and the posters in the middle of the lines. So basically it keeps you to keep composition organized. And now we can check what type of brushes I used. I used the same set of brushes as always, but here I just want to pay attention on the details, because the same brushes, but it has different effect. This one had very soft effect, like I drew it with a pencil on the paper. I choose pastel colors, very light shadows and low contrast, but on the darker illustration contrast more intense. I use the same brushes, but now it works differently for me. So pay attention on your focal point and lighting. For example, to make curtains a little bit more transparent, you can play with opacity. To have these lines on the curtains, you can play with the multiple styles on the layers. So you have a lot of them, you can check, but for me in this illustration, soft light works very well. So you have a little bit of light and it looks a little bit transparent. Yeah. So for the rest one, when you work on layers, it helps you to have different layers in control. So for example, this lighting at the background, this vignette, which is made this magical evening mood, is just dark blue overlay on that, and you have full control of this layer intensity. Let's talk about brushes I use. You can see on the screen I use all the time the same, some spray, some pencil, a little bit of Oberon. It's very transparent, but I like that. So this one is pencil. I use it for all coloring furniture, clothing, walls, and even hair. So you can check, for example, if I'm coloring this yellow texture, I use the same pencil, make this reflects. It highlight nicely this texture of velvet couch, for example. Yeah, so you can play with that. It's very simple, and my favorite brush, I would say. For lighting, I always use spray or noise. You can use them both. They create very delicate spray effect on the illustration. If you change the size of the brush, it behaves differently. And that's my favorite for the lighting, because you can lower opacity of the brush and it creates magical evening light effect on the illustration, like you see here. Yeah. For characters, I use the same brushes, and I have pretty much the same characters on all of my illustrations. This cat repeats a lot, and I use pencil 6B for coloring even walls. You can see, like, for example, if you change a little bit lighter color, you can see that it's perfectly repeat the texture. And I love it because you can have bigger brush, smaller brush, it still will have this sharp texture, which has this character that it's not flat wall. The same brush I used here on top. I think it gives this cartoonish style, look and feel. Surreal. It makes characters to be a part of this illustration because they're in the same sharp texture. And what do you think, guys? Leave me a comment. What do you think about these changes? And don't forget to subscribe.